Okay. Smog the car, and oh my gosh, we are a gross polluter. These are some bad numbers, dude. Max is 487. I'm hitting 2400. Can anyone tell the difference? Okay, cool. Oh, that's how a cat should look. Of it, that catalytic converter did not work. The guy was basically telling me that they just in the littler ones, and I see why I need to kind of get a CARB legal cat. And so a CARB legal cat for this car runs about $1,000, and that is poop because that's pretty much what I bought the car for. So alternative, this thing is $300 at AutoZone, but we have a little bit of it's universal. So we are going to grab the old one out of the car, mock it up, put this one in, weld it, and let's hope for the best. Hopefully that's what I need in there. I don't know. Shit. Will that work? Maybe. But complete evaluation of the system must be done, including a visual inspection of what? Your fucking warning to remedy a PO 420 code. I don't have any codes. So suck my balls, Mr. Postman. Alright, let's go grab the other cat out there, but I gotta jack the car up. It's like icky outside. So I don't want to do that, but let's go do that really quick. And we'll hit you guys up. Yes, up. And if we look at that, there's the cat. And check out those jank ass welds. So it looks like this has already been a universal cat slapped into this thing. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. We're about to find out. That should be fun. Alrighty. So if I wondered why I got a gross polluter, so can anyone tell the difference? Okay, cool. Oh, that's how a cat should look. Not only besides these absolute poop freaking welds, man. I thought the muffler that I got off the junkyard was bad, but whew, okay, we're gonna see what we can do with those, because those are poop. The only positive, it is the same size. So it's the same size pipe, different type of cat, of course, because it's at an angle. I got the markings marked out, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grind these off. I'm sorry, cut them off, clean them up, match it as best as possible for right now, and then I'm going to finish assembling my welder so I can actually get it. Let's see if I can weld it today. I don't even know if I have enough flapper disc to do that, because that's fudge, bro. Fudge. I almost want to just go get a new flange, but there's just no. I'm gonna make it work. So yeah, let's. I'm gonna have to keep this for later or something. We're not throwing this away for some reason. Yeah. Pieces are cut off. This one, I cut it after the weld. I almost just cut a little piece of the pipe off. It just was so much easier to cut than trying to cut through the entire weld and crap. So, but at least this one I'm gonna try and clean up a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna clean up that weld, just grind all that shit down. Run that. Now I got the paint marker all the way through there, so we should be fine. Alrighty, I was able to polish these turds a little bit. I just have to level this one out a little bit more. I'm gonna do that in a second. I gotta get a better flapper wheel. My flapper wheels are just donezo. But I at least kind of got it pretty decent cleaned up. And I'm just going to cut a little section off on the end to match for the extra that I cut off before the weld. So that should work. Get those all going.
Yeah, it's a nice one right there. Don't look at that one right there, though. It's pretty good. Got some decent welds on some. a little repeller weld on the back. Could be better on some of the other ones. I was adjusting some settings and stuff. I had to fill a pretty gnarly hole on this one side. But I'll let it cool down. Probably go get a new O2 sensor because it's like 30 bucks. I probably should just go get a new one, slap it in here before I put this guy in. But yeah, we're looking good. I'm gonna let this guy cool down, take a little mini break, and chill it. That guy down there, so gimme. Honestly though, if I don't need this plug and I unplug this and I start this shit, I don't know what this thing is plugged into then, because this is plugged into an O2 sensor and I have one underneath the cat. So unless this is just harness wiring that shouldn't be here, maybe someone put a different harness in here. I don't know. Let's see. I got what I needed. Alrighty, let's take this guy. It's a little gross. That guy is capped. Let's put this guy in. Alright. O2 is in. And I took that little rubber grommet guy too, because I'm gonna need that hopefully, but let's put this on. Alrighty, y'all. We're in. Look at that thing. Not actually half bad. Sweet. So, we started off with these high numbers, like we said, really bad. Gross polluter. Did the ignition, figured out the ignition was a little bit off, got the numbers down a little bit, still bad. Went and did the MagnaFlow cap, as you guys saw, and my numbers came out to this test. Bam, we're looking solid. We're looking pretty good. Tiny bit high over here, you're gonna see that in the next one, but I failed my OBD systems checks. So my IM readiness, I didn't have my evap, my O2, and my cat. They were not green. He said I can have one green, but I needed to at least have, or one red, I need to have the rest green. Went around, drove it around for a little bit, got the evap and the O2 to turn on. Every time I restart the car though, the evap would reset, found out I was missing the backup fuse, got that fixed. But now, went in, got the systems to check. Bam. Failed though. My HCs are a teeny bit too high. The max, I have a really good allowance of tolerance right here. This should be single digits, but it could allow all the way up to here. I'm just a titch too high. So now, my goal is, I went to the junkyard and I got a stock intake. Stock intake at the junkyard as well too. So we're looking pretty good. Looks really nice actually. Yeah, so we're gonna put the stock intake. We're gonna get rid of this Amazon cat. Hopefully the stock YA cat will go back. Stock Y8 manifold, because I figured I'm gonna take off the Amazon cat that I got. I'm hoping that if with just the OEM, maybe the real cat is not getting hot enough to do its thing. So now with this, it should have the right temperature and maybe work better. Only shitty thing, it's the 99 2000 one, which I didn't even realize there were different ones. It doesn't have the O2 sensor on the top part, only in the bottom. Hoping it has enough cable to reach. I'm also gonna put my AFR gauge in the side of this right here before I install it, because I installed my AFR gauge to monitor some of the driving habits while I'm driving to see if that helps. So AFR gauge on here just to see what I'm looking like and running. I have it manually just in here with a little screw, but that's why I want to swap this out so I can actually have the gauges mounted. And then with that, like my old Civic, I got the 99 to 2000 cup holder. Both cup holders suck, both designs. You can't put cups in here, it's just trash. I thought about drilling these bottoms out and making them lower, but I'm using this to install the gauges like how I had on the old car. So I pretty much had it like this, bam, and I had the two. So I'm gonna probably put my AFR gauge, and then I think I'm almost tempted to put a vacuum gauge on here to run and see if I have vacuum leaks, because if the stock header and the stock inbox don't work, I'm at a loss of words. Like, I'm pretty checked out. I've already even changed this guy when I changed out the stock box as well too, to make sure if it runs a little bit better. So yeah, this is what I got right here. Stay tuned. I'm gonna wrap this video up, and then next video I gotta clean up the interior of the Civic because it's a little bit outdated and just messed up. I got the carpets cleaned, you saw a little bit, but now I got some seat brackets, and I'm hoping to have my shift boot soon, but I need to get this installed before I get the shift boot. So yeah, stay tuned. Enjoy. Later.